and welcome back to another episode of The Black Circle. I'm so glad that you could join us again, and I am so excited. I have Denise Brown Stylist in the house today.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very good, and she's drinking her tea and
yes.
she's relaxed and she's ready to get into this conversation. But Denise, before we kick into it, I kind of want to do like an intro to everybody to say, who you are. So we've got, fashion stylist, you've worked with some big names, but also you're a speaker, educator, and youth mentor.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a lot going on there. But your fashion story really starts in Kilburn at the age 11.
Yeah.
So talk us through the moment that fashion called to you.
So I was around 11 years old. I went to a hip hop rave with my cousin, and but it was for elders because she was like 3 years older than me, but she knew the security guard and she knew that the DJ. And then those days it was all about African. I mean, it still is. It's crazy because it's African print. A lot of rappers like Queen Latifah used to wear like big African gowns, then big like massive hats. Yeah. So the theme was like, because it was hip hop, I made one, a hand stitched one. So my mom's ready to go to Ghana. She bought back African cloth. I placed the fabric on the floor, cut around it. Then I made the hat out of cardboard and placed the fabric and hand stitched it. I went to the hip hop rave and everybody was like, oh my gosh, I love your look. And from then I got like quite a lot of customers. Yeah.
Buzz from it. Yeah, I kind of remember that era, and it was like the Queen Latifah with like the kind of Nefertiti style hats and things, and it was just amazing. It's so cool. And so what were some of your earlier fashion inspiration? I know you mentioned Queen Latifah, but were there any, this is 11 years old, but going forward, were there any more that kind of inspired you from there?
Yeah, so I used to buy a lot of hip hop magazines like Word Up, and that kind of inspired me, like Salt and Pepper, and so I went through the Salt and Pepper days and Vogue days, and then eventually, Mary J. Blige, and then eventually I started to get into, I was also into bashment as well. So they call it bashment now, but we used to call it ragga. And then it was from my Jamaican culture. So there was a lot of like batty riders, denim, satin, laid outfits, big, like big knuckle dusters, sovereigns, chops, like still with the hip hop inspiration of the rope chains, but the clothes was all about standing out, string vests with bum shorts and frills and stuff like that. It was just
colourful, over the top, wasn't it?
Yes, I loved it. And my hairstyle used to be over the top. I had different hairstyles, like layered. I used to have like weave or layered wigs and all different colour wigs for my different outfits.
Yes, I love. I'm actually just casting my mind back because my sister was exactly the same, and I remember her getting up at like 5 a.m. for school to do her hair, like sticking it down and putting beads in it. And this was
wow, imagine that.
Imagine that. And so that was like at the height of like you said, bashment dance, or it was like at the height of all of that. So I was just like being a kid looking at all of these styles, And so I guess you would have kind of been at the forefront in terms of bringing that to like the London streets and putting your own spin on it.
Yeah.
And so we talked about, your Jamaican culture and the scene and how much that contributed to your journey. So yeah, and like what else kind of was going on for you at that time?
I mean, we used to go to a lot of raves because we just took dancehall serious, like the music serious. We took our style. So there was about 8 of us. They would call it gang, but there was 8 of us in my my crew. We used to pick a theme. So I'd be like, okay, guys, we're going to wear satin. And then I might wear I remember me wearing a satin bum shorts with a nice wrap top. Then one of my friends would wear satin layered trousers, and that one would wear skirt. We was like a girl band. Like if we was in a music group or dancing group, like nowadays we would have killed it. And then we used to go to like all different areas in East London, Brixton, and we used to go and compete with all the girls and take with their man.
I love it, but that is literally the scene, wasn't it?
Yes.
About individualism and standing out and putting your own stamp on it, which is just fantastic. And so where did you take that journey from, okay, this is something that I'm just doing for myself, to like, I really want to think about how I turn this into a career or a purpose for myself?
So do you know what? So because I started to sew, all my friends and family, they started to order outfits, and I used to make a lot of clothes for just people in general, because my mum's friend used to go wear on a regular basis to Ghana. So then I had a clientele, and it kind of continued all throughout my teenager years, early 20s,
Right.
I went into the whole customization era when I was like around 21, when I used to buy jeans and customize it into skirts and add like little ribbons or feathers or leather and studs and stuff like that. But it just continued all the way through.
From there.
Yeah.
I know that you did go to college and you studied design, but then there was a pivot for you where you was like, okay, no, actually design isn't for me. It's more about styling.
Yeah. So when I left, I got put into care because I was in care, like temporary foster care, because unfortunately my mum lost her way when I was around 12. And me and my sister was like, we've had enough. We're not going to fake it no more. And then we got put into care. And I only got one GCSE at school. So I couldn't get into London College of Fashion. It was my dream. So I had to go all the way to Lewisham when I lived in Queen's Park. And it was like an hour and a half on a bus. I did a foundation in fashion. And it was a good course because then you just learn how to cut out the patterns, ready-made patterns. And I made like a really cute denim outfit modeled on the catwalk. Then I did another course at City of Westminster, Cities and Guilds in Fashion. That was in Battersea. And then from then I did like an internship with ID Magazine. Okay. And then Hussein Chalai, so Edward from Vogue. Yes. One of his friends, I used to roll with her, Akua. So he got me work experience with Hussein Chalayan. So I did that for like 3 months. I was a production assistant. So it's like going shops, buying fabrics, buttons, a bit of sample cutting, like when they place the fabrics on. So when they place a pattern on the fabric, you cut around it and pin it. And then after that, I got pregnant. My son. Right. And then it was like I took out a couple of years. Then I went to London College of Fashion. I did like a art course, and eventually I graduated a few years later. Then I decided I didn't want to do fashion. I was like, this is not for me. I ain't got no family support. I ain't got no money. Because after doing my final collection, it was 4-piece. It cost me so much money. And to expand that, it's like I need a lot of money. And then plus, I didn't really it was really quite uncomfortable at London College of Fashion because they wasn't ready to support a young Black mother like myself. Right. They didn't know how to communicate with us. They didn't know how to... I just don't think they had that in their whole curriculum. Like, we're going to be here supporting, people like myself, because like university is more aimed at middle class, rich people, from, international students, a little bit of students over here. So I decided, you know what, I want to do what Edward done. I want to be a stylist. So I had to start from the bottom. So yeah, do you know what? I started with Black Hair and Beauty. They did like a page. It was like, what was it now? Makeover. Right. A bit like Gok Wong. They got real people. Her name Denise Douglas. And she styled them for a couple of weeks. But I was like, I don't like this. I want the glamour. I want Vogue. I want, do you know what I mean?
Right. Editorial.
Yes. And I was going to leave, and then something said, don't leave. But at the end, she used my collection, like for my clothes that I made, a couple of pieces for a competition, and they won. So that's what happened. So it started to go on from then. I used to always go to Portobello Market. I loved it. And then one time I was in this shop called Debonair. She's a Black designer. She was Black designer. She had a wicked shop, customization, beautiful outfits. Was in there just admiring her creations. And I overheard someone saying, my friend's looking for a stylist assistant. I was like, what?
Yep.
Went straight to the cashier. Here's my number. I'm involved. And his name was Franklin Akinsetti. So he called me and I was an assistant for like 6 months.
Incredible. And that really is kind of like a testament to the right time and the right place.
Yes.
And kind of like God working for your life and saying like, this is your purpose. I'm just going to push you through that path. And just everything aligned really nicely.
Yeah, it was beautiful because he lived in Ladbroke Grove, like Cambridge Gardens. He's actually in Portobello still. He sells vintage clothes. I love him. He was one of the best stylists I've worked with because he was open. Like he used to, because he had 2 flats. So he had one that he lived in and he had a studio flat. He had all of these clothes. I was like, whoa, these high end. Yes. And his personality, he was amazing. He taught me well. He done a lot of editorials. I remember doing the shoot with Craig David, with that photographer Rankin. He done advertising, editorials. It was incredible. And he treated me so well. And from then I worked with another stylist for like 2 years. Because it's a proper hardcore. And then she was, and she still is, she's massive. Right. So she was like a top celebrity stylist. She done Macy Gray, Nelly Furtado, Maya, Mystique them days, Samantha Mum, but loads of people. She was working every day, Nickelodeon, MTV. Listen, girl, I was busy, you know that.
I'm busy.
I didn't even see my son. I was like, childminder, look after him. I'm busy. Yeah.
So let's talk about that, because you have this busy career and you're really in your stride, and then you have your son. So how did you manage to kind of balance that?
It was hard.
Yeah.
I was so blessed. So his dad's mom and his dad looked after him on the weekends.
Right.
So I used to do weekend work in Selfridges. And then I had help from a woman who's had a son in the same class. My mum's friend, Miss Ivy, Jamaican woman, she just used to take him. I used to pay her, but I never used to see him that much. And it was so hard because you have to sometimes start at 6 a.m. Sometimes you might finish at 8 p.m. And it's not really for a young mother or even a single mum to do those type of jobs, but I wanted it so bad. And you know when you're in certain places like, whoa, I'm in this hotel, that hotel, I could see Nelly, Alicia Keys, Usher. I'm like, this is like a dream.
Yeah.
And it sounds like a dream, but it was really tough as well, because to be a stylist assistant, you have to work so hard. I don't know how it is nowadays, because now it's really changed, because a lot of people now are content creators, which is even better, because it's like you can just dress yourself, look good, boom, you're the brand. You don't have to worry about dressing this person, getting clothes. It's all about you, which I love nowadays, by the way. Like, I think I'm trying to get onto that wave, but it's the one.
Your TikTok, it's amazing. Like, you're building up a really strong following on there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I need to. Because you know what it is? Because I went to a fashion show on my birthday last month, Opoly. All content creators. All of them would, because I even had an outfit from Opoly. Yeah. And I'm like, the world has changed. All beautiful women of all ages, race, culture. I'm like, this is where it's at. Yeah. You can just
digital.
Do you understand?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You just dress yourself, and you don't have to worry about waiting on these people to get their hair and makeup done, like when you dress celebrities or models. You just think about yourself.
And you're off.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
How I always say, kind of like the internet, it's a gift and a curse, because it can work against you, but when it works for you, it's really like you can just bycut so many middlemen and just do it for yourself.
It's so true.
Yeah.
Even today, like this is so great. I love it. Yeah.
We're so happy to have you. I knew this was going to be like a great conversation. And so, what's been the more challenging aspect of the industry as a woman, and particularly a Black woman?
Listen, there's a lot of racism in the industry. They talk about diversity, equality. It ain't going to ever change. A little bit. I said a little bit of sprinkle of salt and pepper. So, yeah, we had, we've got Edward. We've got the new editor of Vogue. Then we've got Kenya Hunt. She's the editor. She's a Black American lady for Elle magazine. And we've got the editor who's mixed. She's for Maria Claire, which is really good. And then with Elle, they've got I think her name's Georgina Medley. She's a fashion director. And it's like, okay, we got some colour here.
Faces.
So it has changed a little bit, but it's still, no one ain't leaving their job. Do you know what I mean? No one's not leaving their job. People's going to be there to their old, and it is difficult. And it's been difficult for me because not only I was a young, single mom, I was from the street. So it's like I was in the care system. I didn't have no support. People used to judge me like, oh my God, you speak so ghetto. Ew, you're this. And even up to
say that to your face? Or...
I've had it, yeah.
Right, wow.
I've had it from photographers. I've had it from different people, clients. I've had clients that don't even want to talk to me because I'm Black. Like, I remember I did a shoot and I was only Black, and then no one wants to talk to me, hair and makeup, no photographer. It could be awkward, and then you do get judged sometimes, because even if you go to certain like press events or shows, it can be very difficult.
Yeah.
To get what I'm saying.
Big advocate for doing that thing. And we always talk about kind of if nobody lets you sit at the table, then to create your own tables.
Definitely. And there's still a lot of gatekeepers in the game. Like, I've had like situations. That's why I've started to do my street interviews. I want to use my personality. I want to do a little bit more with me. Like, even though I style and that, I was thinking, you know what? I need to do more. Like, just create my own platform and put myself out there. So, because I'm not like every stylist out here. I've met a lot of stylists, and what differentiates us is that I'm got a different story.
Yes.
Like, I haven't got your typical, oh yes, I went to uni and then my mum or my dad was there and I stayed with them. My thing was, I was a young mother who just came out of the care system. No dad, don't know him. Unfortunately, mother had a breakdown. I was lost. I was in pain. I was going through trauma. My trauma hasn't stopped. I'm still, do you know what I mean? It doesn't stop. You still have to go for it because it's like still having a mother that is still not mentally stable. Do you get what I'm saying? And so it's like my story is just different. And I want to be able to showcase it like today and let people know like it don't matter who you are, where you come from, you still can do what you have to do. Yes, it's going to be hard. There's going to be a lot of blockage, especially being a Black female, but you have to just keep it going. Do you get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah. Like you're forging your victories out of fire, you know?
Yes.
And it's incredible. And, you know, you're going to be coming into a new chapters of your life all the time and evolving. So it's nice to see where you're going and where you want to take it. So I'm very excited about that. And so I know you kind of mentioned Edward and, you know, how you met him along the journey, but do you have any standout favourite projects or people that you've worked with in the past?
Let me think now. Do you know, one of my favourite projects was Soft and Free, you know, and the thing is, it's hair, but I had to style about 5 to 6 models, but they're influencers. No, they're content creators and models. It was bad. It was a couple of years ago. It was so good because we all got on, all Black females.
Yeah.
It was a vibe. Like everybody was talking to each other, giving each other tips. And I love that. Who else? I'm thinking in terms of styling, celebrity wise, that's really bad, you know.
No. Or even like just projects, or it doesn't even have to be
projects
or anything.
What else got me excited? That's really bad.
No,
that one got me excited. Oh yeah, when I was on TV. So I did Beauty and the Geek. Couple of years ago. So I was there thinking I'm behind the scenes, styling the geeks. So like, are you ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm like, what? I have to be in the camera? No. But I loved it. I want to do more. I would love to do more of that. That was one of my standouts moments.
Yeah.
Is when I had to speak to the geek, style the geek. I wasn't even prepared. And like, I saw myself on 2 episodes on TV. I'm like, hey, Discovery, bring it on, bring it on. I'm just thinking in terms of styling celebrities, it's been, do you know, it's really bad because I don't think anyone's recently has made me so excited. Because it's quite difficult when you're styling.
Right.
Especially if you're styling females. Mm-hmm. It's like you don't know what type of personality they got in terms of the person. Mm-hmm. And they could be tired because they've had a long day. They could just not be nice. They could be introvert. They could be just very judgmental. So, and then on top of that, you've got to not only, because you've got to sell clothes to them, this is a business transaction. Yeah. They don't need to wear what you give to them. This is not editorial. And they could, I'm trying to think what else. So with that, they can also be, on top of that, you've got to wait for the hair and makeup.
Right.
2-3 hours. I'm just like, oh man, when are you not going to hurry up? But I want to say, but you can't. Then the touch-ups.
Yeah.
So I'm like, listen, I don't even know if I'm excited anymore.
It kind of just fizzles away.
Yeah, I want to do men. I like styling men.
Okay, so do you find that they're a bit more easier in terms of like their needs, their wants?
When you style men, they work with you.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't have to wait for no hair and makeup. They might get a little powder, a little 20 minutes, a little on their hair.
Yeah.
But it's good to go. And then with guys, you can just build a proper rapport. You can also do it with females as well. But it's just that you have to sit down and wait. And I feel like I've got no patience no more. I've got problems, like even video shoots. I get out of loads of video shoots. I get people emailing me. I don't do them.
Just because it's just the hang around.
It's just long, the hours and the hang around. And then you have to hear the song all over again. That's so bad. Yeah. But I do prefer men.
Yeah.
Because it's easier. You can build with them. It's quicker. They just put on the clothes. They don't fuss around. Especially if they're confident, they'll be like, yeah, I'm cool. And it's not like as much work with women, unless they got hair. If they're like a black brother and they got like cane roll and you have to sit down and wait. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But in terms of picking out the clothes, like, is it more interesting dressing a woman or is it more interesting dressing a man?
Do you know what? I love dressing women though.
Yeah.
Especially when the clothes is sexy and I think, I wish I could wear that myself.
Yeah.
Because a lot of, so how it works with PR, so we've got like in-house PR agencies. So we've got like, for instance, let me think of one. So the Pop Group, they've got online platform. They're doing their thing brilliantly. Big up the Pop Group because, you know, I love you. So how they're doing it where you will register with them as a stylist. You upload your commission letter. They've got all designers around the world.
Wow. Okay.
And then you pick what designer you like, and then you upload it and you request it if they like. If they want to work with you, they can, and they will send it out to you. So that's like digital online next levels. But a lot of these PRs, you can either go down there, make an appointment, or you'll email them. They'll send you lookbooks, and then you pick what you like. If they've got it, they will send it to you. I mean, since COVID, they send you a lot of lookbooks, but some of them, they still do appointments, which I love. Because, sometimes they will send you some rubbish clothes,
Really?
If you're not careful, they'll be like, oh, it ain't there. And it's blatantly there. Just saving it for their favourite editor or director. But it's a hustle. Yeah. It is hard. Like, it depends on... See, when I used to work for magazines, it was easy because they knew I was from a magazine. When you're freelance, it could be difficult. Because if you do it for a magazine, and even if it's a top celebrity, if they don't like the celebrity, they'll be like, not really sure. But because then might not be sure about not the celebrity, the magazine.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the magazine might have 50,000, but the celebrity has $250,000. They'd be like, I'm not sure of the magazine. It depends on who the PR is. And in-house, a lot. So another thing is curve. So if the artist or celebrity is more than a size 12, because they only tend to stock 8 to 10 from the catwalk.
Yeah.
So samples. But if they're over now, then you're limited. You have to be talking to all the high street, which I love.
Right.
But then it's a bit samey, isn't it? So it's like Pretty Little Thing, the ASOS's, Caramillans.
And I guess it's not aspirational either, which is what these magazines want to sell, don't they? So again, that's like the inclusivity. So we talk about kind of race and skin colour, but there's also the other side of it about, how thin you are. And that still very much is leading the culture. There's nothing that seems to shift too much.
Not a lot. I mean, at certain fashion shows, they'll have like a little one-away curve girl, maybe a little 3 outfits out of 40 in their collection. Do you get what I'm saying? To make it look good. But they still do need a lot. They still need to improve a lot. Because especially when you look at America, I see some curvy women and their outfits. It's like, wow, where'd you get that from? Over here, they still need to work.
We're always a little bit behind.
Yeah, we definitely are. It's all about high street brands making it look good. A little vintage, boom, boom, boom. Adding a little 2 twists, maybe a little button here or there. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? A little customization. Right. Yeah, it's still difficult. Yep. It could be hard.
It's insane. And so how would you... So we mentioned earlier that you're an educator and you're a mentor. How important is it that young people seek mentoring? And has there been anyone in your journey that's kind of mentored you?
Do you know what? That is a good question. So I had this guy, I met him in the gym because I'm looking to be an author. That's my next step next year. Okay. Denise is listen, I got so much to talk about. My story, number one, other stuff. So I met him in the gym about 8 years ago, and I found out he's an author. And I said, look, can you help me? I want to write my story. And then he started to mentor me. So we used to meet each other in Costa. He gave me advice. By then he's got 2 books. And he's actually the only person. I could say that when you're a stylist assistant, they kind of mentor you, but you're an assistant. But I could say Franklin mentored me because he used to give me advice. He used to sit down, go out of his way as a fashion stylist. But it hasn't been easy. I would love to have a mentor right now.
Right. And that's, it doesn't mean just because you're a particular age that you don't need a mentor. I think it's really important that people kind of look to others to bring them through the journey. So it's amazing that you said that.
I would love to have a mentor. I'm thinking, who can be my mentor? But people out here, they're a bit funny, innit? They don't want to mentor no one. They don't want to bring you in unless you got to be careful because you might talk too much and they might be jotting down what you're doing and boom, take away your ideas. Yeah. So you got to also, because you're fresh meat and you're coming with fresh ideas. It happened to someone that I know. She was like, Denise, be careful because I told this woman my ideas about young people and then she told me her ideas, which was my ideas, all twisting it. And because she's up there, she can do it, even though it probably won't be the same, but you got to kind of be careful. And it is difficult because then you start thinking, can I be myself? Can I open up with this person? So yeah, it's important. I've only had maybe 1, 2, but not proper ones.
So let's talk about your work though, with younger people and kind of what you do and how you encourage them and what initiatives that you've worked on.
Yeah, so I started years ago. So I started about 18 years ago, So while I was styling the celebrities and I was an editor, one of my friends was like, why don't you teach? Right. Kids in South. I went to Brixton. I was teaching these, oh my God, these ghetto kids. They're 13 to 18. in gangs. I was like scared. I remember I was like, oh my God. I started off in Morley College, and then but I was customizing. So I was teaching them how to get their jeans, revamp it, bleach it, add studs, customize their t-shirts, do mood boards. And I started like that. And then I started to get hired, and I was doing the whole borough of Lambeth. It was alongside Metropolitan Police, but it was like during summer holidays. I was going to all the youth clubs. It was wicked. Then I started to do an evening session with London Borough of Lambeth. Like, I started to get work, right. But I wasn't really sharing it because I'm a person that never used to really share what I was doing. And it's old school. It's like back in the days how I grew up, because I was from the streets. It'd be like, you can't really tell people your business because people are bad-minded and, oh, you look like a show-off. So I used to keep a lot of things to myself. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like I was teaching, and then I started to get contracts in Brent, different places. And then I eventually, down the line, developed my own called Fashion Changed My Life. I was teaching in where I live. I taught over 100 kids, adults as well. I taught adults, did some little how to sew, use a sewing machine, how to make a basic knee-length dress from scratch and customize it. So I've taught loads of, not only just kids, adults as well. Right. Like how to sew, style and customize.
Amazing. Yeah. It's so important to kind of have people that look like you and I that can represent and be going to these communities and see us doing it. It's so
definitely
that, yeah.
I've worked with a range. I worked with not only just NEETs, autistic kids that are autistic, mental illness, not healthy now. I'm talking about literally just come out of being sectioned. That was interesting. I've worked as a teacher, textiles teacher in the pupil referral unit when they get kicked out of school. I was there for a couple of years. I've worked with in a college setting, with 16 to 18-year-old NEETs. Listen.
You've really gone in there.
Yeah, Princess Trust, I did. Wow. I had these, oh my gosh, I had this guy, he had a tag, but they were all like, there was a black guy, he was in jail, come out, and there was a white guy who just literally got stabbed. And it was on my class. I had to pick like Lift in Angel, because you have to think about the locations. Some of these kids were in care, they were troubled. And you know what? I taught them how to make a basic dress, even the guys.
Yeah, that's
and
brilliant.
They killed it.
Yeah.
And I remember the white guy, he made one of the girls model. He felt so good. Even the black guy who just come out of jail, he went on to study fashion. It was amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah.
You literally could have changed someone's whole trajectory of their life, like giving them a skill and saying, use this.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you did.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's so good. Like, and I even forget that I actually can sew, because yesterday I went out, I customized this. I had a green, boring ass blazer dress. If you saw what I'd done to it, boom, fringing. I'm going to post it bad. Yeah, everybody was stopping me. Like, I said, yeah, me. I'm going to start getting back into it, like for myself as well. Right. Like sewing and maybe a little one-away sewing workshops and stuff like that.
So we're talking about design and getting back into it. Is there an era that you would say you really loved fashion-wise? Is there a particular time?
Yeah, my bashment days.
Yeah.
When I used to wear the big gold earrings, the big gold sandals, frilly. I just did. I remember I had on these batty riders white, and they had all fringing. And then when you look back, you could see a piece of my bum. I didn't care. And I had a crop top. And what I loved as well? I liked the era when it was all about, but it's come back again. Customize it when it's all about denim, customizing denim, bleaching, denim jackets. I love that era. What other era do I love? Yeah, I think it was only really that.
Just those two.
Yeah.
Stood out for you the most.
Definitely. What else do I like? I went through my leather stages as well. Like I feel like
did leather today.
Yes, look, guys. Yeah, because I went through the whole leather from head to toe, biker boots, that whole kind of baseball cap, yeah.
So actually, that's a good question, because how would you describe your personal style today, like 2024?
Do you know what? I'm more into because I've put on weight. I just like peplum. Yeah. So I got a peplum. This is like a fake I call it. So it's fake leather.
Yep.
Peplum. I like wearing peplum tops. Hats is my signature. I've got pure different colour hats. I normally wear big, massive jewellery, but because I went out yesterday, my ears are hurting me for my big-ass earrings. I like gold. I love gold. I like layered gold jewellery. I'm into floral prints, kimonos. What else do I like? I like I do love blazer dresses as well. Yeah, blazer dress is my thing.
Yeah.
I love fine length boots, but I just can't seem to find any. But I'm into colour. I like print. I like African prints, floral prints, any print in your face, baby.
Yes,
That's what I love. Yeah,
colourful, bold.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, today it's a black thing, guys. You know, it's a black
You got
thing.
a peep of colour under the hat. So
Yeah.
There you go. There we go. So what would you say about trends? Because I know some people are on the fence and like you shouldn't follow trends, just kind of like go with what you like. What do you think about trends?
Do you know what? Some of the trends are cool. Like, so I'm thinking for this season, as I'm saying, denim's back in again. We've got now was the mob wives. So it's the whole thing.
Have you seen that on
I love it. I love it so much.
Just explain what the mob wives is.
So it's like, it's for like, the mob wives are for like, I'm trying to think now.
It's like that kind of New York.
So it's the whole mafia with fur, layered jewelry, glamorous woman, glasses, designers, cute bags, in your face, really sexy shoes, nice designer bags, and everything's just blinged out in your face, glamorous. And it's like, they're man's a gangster, mafia, that kind of like old school. So, but I mean, I do like some of the trends, but I personally don't follow them all the time.
Right.
I wear what suits me. Do you know what I love? When I do my street style, I love to do it because people just wear what they want. That's what's so important to me. Do you know what? That's the best time you get fashion.
Let's talk about your street style because it's such a good TikTok. So just explain to everybody that's listening what it's all about.
So, do you know what? I started it 10 years ago,
Did you?
My ex-boyfriend, I wish I didn't listen to him. I was so stubborn. He was like, babe, you need to put your personality down. So I done it at Graham Daily Awards, and it was for Flavour. I did it for Flavour, and I was asking some musicians what they're wearing.
Right.
And then I must have went to another show, and I got a video of Wretch, but I couldn't get the cameraman. I couldn't get the shows. So I got like an assistant, went to London Fashion Week, and you could see me just filming people. Then because I couldn't get no one, I just said, you know what? I stopped it for like, oh my God, 5 years. And then all of a sudden people's doing it. And I just started to just do it on my phone. So if I see someone random and people just like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was doing it a little bit and then people were like, oh my God, I really like it. One video, I got like 500,000.
Crazy.
It was like, yo, like this is good. But TikTok's a bit annoying sometimes, I love them, but they annoy me because I've been blocked, restricted, do you know what I mean? Violations and all them type of things where...
They're very particular on their...
I don't even have to even fully use it. Like, I'm trying to think, what do I post? I had a video of a supermodel. She's got, I forgot her name, Sophia something with joint eyebrows. She was sitting down talking about her swag, but she had a cigarette.
Oh, so they would have censored that.
They blocked it. But when I'm looking at other people's, then they pull it back on. So I'm like, I don't know, but yeah, I love it. Do you know what I love about it? I just love talking to people and being nosy to find out what do you do?
Yeah,
I'm gonna expand it. Like I'm gonna start taking pictures of them because I've got my little camera, so I can stop them even more. Because sometimes you see if you're walking on the road and you see them, they don't want to stop. They're thinking,
who are you?
Who are you with your little camera? Your phone. Your phone. So now I'm going to have my camera around me looking like professional and let them stop. But yeah, I do love it.
When they ask you that, you need to let them know you're Denise Brown. Hello.
Listen, they don't give a whoops. You know that, Denise, I don't care. You know, these people don't care. Like, they're thinking, who are you? And you know what? Yes, I'm going to definitely I'm going to expand it. I'm going to ask more questions because I think it's quite good. It's like, do you know what it reminds me of? Freedom.
In what sense?
So, the industry, you got to be a particular way. You got to always be styling people. And, it's, like, this is me. Yeah. I could just be me. I can ask you any questions I want to.
Unfiltered.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't have to think about, oh my gosh, what if that... And I just,
just it's you. And like your amazing thing is your unique selling point is you. It is the boldness. It is the
thank you.
It is like the warmth that radiates out of you and the passion for what you're doing. Like it's very evident talking to you, So
thank you so much.
That's why I think like why I brought the TikTok up is because you can see it through there. It translates.
Thank you.
No, amazing. It's amazing. And to see you doing this in this part of your life as well, it's encouraging. It's encouraging for anybody out there. So no, amazing.
Oh, thank you so much.
Definitely. And so and this is full circle. That's a nice segue. You celebrated a birthday recently. So how would you like to define this chapter creatively and personally for yourself?
Right now?
Yeah.
For my birthday. Do you know what? I'm going to be honest. So for the past 6 years, I haven't been mentally stable. Like, I've been really depressed. Like, because of my trauma that I went through, I never healed. And it's been ongoing, because like when I say to someone, oh, my mother had a breakdown, she's never been well from since the age of 12, it hasn't stopped. Right. So like, we're talking about looking after my, growing up, I had to look after my son. I'm the eldest, and my siblings, like making sure they're okay and making sure she's okay. And I had to come to a decision where I have to say, listen, I've retired. Guys, you lot are young. That's your job. You don't have no kids.
Yeah.
And I was really, really stressed out. And I had a really, really bad time last year. Like, it was a thing where my head was spinning. It was like, I got my mum on the phone as usual, complaining, dealing with someone that's always complaining, having friends that's complaining. And I'm like, I can't deal with this, because I got personality. So people think, oh, let's go and ask Denise. I don't want you to ask me. And then my job as well, mentoring young kids, everything's just depressing. Yeah. So I decided to get therapy again. So I started like 8 years ago. That's when I was in a bad place. I was with someone. We wanted kids. The kids wouldn't come. Found I had fibroids. And I was like, what is fibroids? And I felt like a failure. And they call it Baran in Jamaica. Yeah, like, you're a Baran, you can't have no kids. So I felt like, and he was younger and he wanted to. And there's a lot of pressure. Well, mummy's getting involved. And I was like, please don't tell no one about this. And I got therapy then. And it was really good. It was for a few years. But this one now, it started, I've been having it 3 years. 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. Yeah. But it's so different because we're going through tasks. I'm doing, is it unthinkable? Wait, unhelpful thinking styles. Right. So it's got me start thinking about different ways of the styles of how I think. And like, because sometimes I get up early, not sometimes, every night I get up early in the morning thinking about my life, right, how I failed, and I wish I did this and why I didn't do that.
Thought patterns.
All this negativity. Yeah. So you know what? And I've been holding myself back because I've been looking after other people, forgetting about my gifts. So now I'm just like, you see, this year onwards, I'm going to do me. So I want to do, what am I saying? I want to do my own podcast show, but it's going to be just interviewing creatives. I did something during COVID, 12 episodes, just talking to people from the fashion game that I know. I don't know them, but because I know about fashion in my circle. Yeah. Do you get me? Mm-hmm. And like, I want to, what else do I want to do? So it's that. And I just want to put myself out there. Yeah. So when I do talks, I want to actually share it, because I will do a talk and don't share it,
Oh, that's content right there. You need.
But I don't know. I feel mad funny. Like, I keep on talking myself out. No, you better not. I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes. Yeah. I'll do it all next year, and I ain't done it.
It sounds like the fear. It's the critic in you, isn't it?
Yeah.
And to silence that voice and be. Yeah. The bigger voice needs to be, I am amazing. I am enough. And replace all of those kind of thought patterns.
Definitely. Yeah. So I just want to just do me. I want to do stuff that that's going to take me to the next level and just showcase my personality more. Instead of me having to run up and down, dressing people, like I want to do my own personal projects without no apology. Next year, boom, author. I'm not playing, guys. You lot better get ready.
Get ready.
Because you know what? The whole styling thing, I love it, and I'm so happy that I've been part of it. But it's all about next levels now. It's like, okay, who am I going to be chasing? Like, because you have to literally chase people to dress them, and then when you check it, like you're just chasing these people. They're human beings at the end of the day, just to make them look beautiful. Sometimes you just have to focus on making yourself look beautiful and then putting yourself out there. And then you find yourself on, yourself, like you're beautiful. I want to see you on TV soon. Do you get me? Radio. So that's what it is. Yeah. So yeah.
No, that's actually really inspiring, because I think just through my own journey, like you said, with me doing this, I'm kind of the same. I'm like, putting yourself out there. And I think a lot of people listening will resonate with that. And it's literally just what you said. Fill your cup up first, put yourself out there, That's the takeaway that I'm getting from what you're saying.
Do you know what? I've been filling up people's cups all my life.
Yeah.
And now it's like, I'm tired, literally, physically, mentally drained. Like, I got fibroids still. Yeah. I put on so much weight for the past few years, to my doctors calling me, you got to go for walks, you got to go to the gym. I'm like, you know what? I'm not ready to pass. I'm not ready to die
No.
Do you know what I mean? No, because people are dying of health reasons now.
Because of the stress and the things that they hold within them.
That's what I'm saying, because I've been so stressed out, holding everything in. I'm like, no, this therapy session, therapy's releasing. I'm releasing it. And whoever if you don't want to listen, turn it off. You know, them ones like, I'm just going to be, do you know what it is? I just want to just be free and just be me. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's what I'm on right now.
I love that.
And then and guess what? The best word I'm going to say, nope.
Powerful no's.
No.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I had to tell someone the truth the other day, because this is therapy. Oh, Denise, you got to tell people the truth. I've been telling people how I feel, the truth. Because before I just used to just stop them, like just lock off, keep it moving. It's nope and tell people the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
And do you know how good I feel? Say no. Oh my gosh.
So anyone that's listening and you struggle to say no, just do it.
Yes. Do you
100%. And so just to kind of round up, and we're coming to the end, which I've had such a great chat with you, by the way. I like to ask my guests values. So a value for their personal life and a value for their professional life. So one word for your personal life.
I think I'm thinking of transformation.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just ready to just transform into a whole new Denise. Unapologetic. Yeah, like fly like a bird, butterfly. And you know what it is? It's just a thing where not caring about what other people think, or just doing what I feel like doing, and just living my purpose. We're all here for our own reasons, right? And there's a feeling that I need to feel, like when I had my son. That was a good feeling. I mean, it was horrible having him. But then when I saw him, I was like, oh my God, my baby.
Yeah.
There's a feeling that I want of fulfillment for me. And until I get that fulfillment, I feel like now it's time to start. Because I gave up for years styling. I was like, I'm not doing it no more. I can't stand these people. I'm going to knock them out, because I'm a bit ghetto, innit? And do you know what? These people are so judgmental. Now I'm just like, you know what? I just want to get that feeling of fulfillment. And I know it starts from within, and it starts from me. Like if I feel like I want to do a little message today, I'm going to do it. And I don't need to ask no one. I'm just going to go and do it. So that's what my whole thing is about: transformation, healing. So I'm taking care of my wound. Like my wound's been open for years. Like I'm a just close it up a little bit, get a little, a little stitching bit by bit. I'm just focusing on me right now. And I keep on saying to people, please, I need to just have my own space. I'm actually listening to audiobooks, me. I didn't used to listen to nothing. I don't watch TV. Sometimes just relax, listen to my audiobook, and I'm beginning to be happy with me. And I'm going to be real. I used to be scared to be by myself. I never wanted to be alone. I always wanted to be in relationships. I always wanted to be loved. I wanted someone to be there for me, because I never ever grew up being loved. So I used to always I was with guys doing so much different things for them. Like, baby, I'm your cheerleader. I'm your Mary Poppins. I'm your counselor. I'm your job worker. I'm your everything.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not doing that no more. Because at the end of the day, that same person that you're doing it for, they can just leave you just like that. And you know what? I'm stopping that. I'm putting all of that love into me.
Into you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's so great to hear. That's so great. I have had such a great chat with you today.
You too.
It's been amazing. If anybody wants to follow you on TikTok, where can they find you?
Style Under Surveillance.
Perfect. And on Instagram?
Denise Brown Stylist. And Style Under Surveillance. Yeah.
Please, guys, go and check it out, because she's building such an amazing platform on TikTok, and I want it to grow even more. So yeah, make sure you guys follow her.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, you are amazing. I love you.
I love you too.
You are so good. I'm going to have to get my people them down here.
Please do. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and as always, please like, subscribe, follow, all of that good stuff, and you can find us on YouTube at The Black Circle Podcast, and the same on Instagram, theblackcircle.podcast. Thank you guys.